matchups, or at least you know how to learn those quick matchups that you might have difficulty with on the fly. Stuff like that, you know, it requires that base level of game sense, but also the flexibility to be able to maximize your potential as a player.
Yeah, and the flexibility really is huge for Peanut. I think that's kind of the key thing, is that Peanut's ability to learn and kind of, you know, change the game plan on the fly, or even change the practice plan in between tournaments to come back better and stronger. This is exactly what we were talking about. Last time I saw Peanut play against a Wolf, it was, I think, April, so just a few months ago. Peanut got smacked up. It did not go well, and Peanut is able to kind of regain from that and play 3, you know, relatively close games, but still win in 3-0 fashion. Yeah,
I mean, every loss is an opportunity to grow and grow your knowledge and grow your understanding of the game and understanding your place in it. And I feel like that's something that Peanut embodies. He definitely lives that example. So.
Yeah, the kind of mindset of you either win or you learn. You know, Peanut has preached that just as good as anybody else. But we have one more set in this first part of top 8. We're going to send it over to MF Joe one more time to let us know what we got coming up.
And up next, we have the second set of winner's side top 8. It's a matchup you've seen before between two of Atlanta's finest. First, we have fresh off of the 5th place at MomoCon, one of the best Shota players in the world. Give it up for Jahzz0! And on the other side, we have one of the greatest Sonic players to ever do it. Fresh off of a win at Cafeteria Cup Kings, give it up for Wrath!
How's it going? So, obviously, as y'all know, today is a very special day on this beautiful Sunday. But for people at home and here may or may not know, obviously today is Father's Day. So one, let's give a big round of applause and a happy Father's Day to Raph. Raph is a father, you know, father to a beautiful daughter. I know that his girlfriend is watching the stream. Happy Father's Day, Raph.
Yeah, shout-outs for the wholesome lore drop there. Wrath, happy Father's Day. And to all fathers out there. Shout-outs to you guys doing your thing.
My heart, that's beautiful. I didn't know Wrath was a father.
I didn't know that either.
That's amazing. I think my father might be watching. Hi, Dad. Love you. Did you get your dad a Father's Day gift? What do we get?
Nothing.
That's all right, but we're going to get it kicking. I'm excited for this set. I mentioned earlier these two have a very storied set history. It has almost always gone in the favor of Wrath, but Jahzz0 has taken a couple in solid times, and these two close friends, you know, it's unfortunate that they're running into each other. Jahzz0 in his first ever winner's side top 8. He's got 2 chances at this.
For sure, for sure. I mean, and we, know that these two have a extensive history. They play enough times that we can look to the body of work in their past sets, but Wrath, this is definitely a little bit favored. You know how it goes. This is a very tough matchup for the Shotos, and no matter what, it's going to be an uphill battle for Jahzz0, but one that we have seen him make happen before. You know, it's like this whole bracket has been an uphill battle, and despite all those setbacks, he continues on. He perseveres.
Yep, it's one of those things where if you look at the set history, obviously it's not favorable, but as long as you have that one, it's not 28-0. It's 26-2. You know what I mean? So there have been those times where it can happen, and all that means is that you just got to play hot. You got to play well. You got to maybe hope your opponent doesn't play to the absolute best of his abilities, and you can come through and take this set. So I know that Jahzz0's coming in with a lot of confidence, and I also want to say, Jahzz0 said before this top 8 started that if Jahzz0 beats whoever he winds up playing in the first round, it was either Lima or Wrath at the time. Jahzz0 said that if he wins this round that you're about to watch, he's going to win the tournament.
He did say that.
He proclaimed that with full confidence.
He did say that, actually. Yeah, I can confirm. Whether or not that is true is up to the fates themselves, it seems. He'll have to make his own destiny from here on out. It's not going to be easy for him. Nothing is given.
Yeah.
And Wrath certainly not going to give any ground or anything else.
Yeah, and I will say that's a big if at the beginning of that. That's if you win this one. This is going to be most likely the hardest match of the tournament for Jahzz0 should he win it. We've already seen Jahzz0 go up against the 1 seed, was able to take him out. So
I mean, logically, it makes sense. You beat your biggest demon here now, then you can beat him again later should he rear his ugly head again in the losers or the grand finals potential. But you definitely can make it happen if you play your hardest.
You sure can.
Find those high-risk situations that you're going to have to kind of engage with.
That's all it comes to here, as Jahzz0's going to be coming in with the Ryu. No for the Ken, obviously, but I think the Ryu is kind of going to allow him to play it a bit further of a distance. That projectile is the slower speed of that projectile is kind of going to allow him to wall up and approach Wrath from behind it. But already we're seeing Wrath spin dash right through the projectile. So you're seeing already shades of the things that can make this matchup so difficult.
Definitely. I think Sonic going to be able to kind of create this space, force these ledge opportunities. A lot of the fight is going to be fought probably on or near the ledge. A lot of it might be off stage as well, but these high vertical combos, stuff that Jahzz0 technically can't really contend with since up air is 2 hits.
Yes, it's going to be something that's really tough, because that is, Jahzz0's probably biggest tool out of disadvantage is being able to find that focus. But the double hit on the up air and perhaps other multi-hit moves coming through from Sonic are going to make it really tough.
The fair could be a major issue.
Yeah.
It just depends. I mean, Wrath has a litany of options, and Jahzz0 doesn't want to get stuck above because Ryu, not the greatest airspeed on this guy, I'll say it.
Yeah, hot take. I'll take that. I don't know. I'm going to come right out and say Ryu doesn't have the best airspeed.
I don't want them to vilify me for this. They're gonna have me at the stake.
Yeah, you may hurt me for this, but Ryu's airspeed not quite tip top.
That's a good thing you said that. Not what I thought you were gonna say. I'm just kidding. But we've got Wrath and Jahzz0 still scraping out this first part of the game. Jahzz0, this is exactly what we kind of expected. Playing the keep away game from Sonic. Jahzz0 having to just kind of pick your movement shots, like just do what you gotta do. Get a little bit closer every couple seconds, and then, it's like dealing with a skittish cat. You just gotta like inch yourself close.
Yeah, right. That's a good way to put it.
Then you grab him.
Right, because the moment you get close and the moment you grab him, you got to make sure it's a good grab. You got to put a lot of damage out.
Exactly. Right.
You have to make the absolute most out of it, because look at this. We're
damage.
seeing two. Yeah, I'm damaging that cat. Because 2 minutes in, we've seen Jahzz0 have two openings. One of them hardly even an opening, and we only have 26%. Wrath is just playing so evasive. This is a clinic in avoiding your opponent's openings.
Yeah, I mean, if there's ever a character to do this to, it's probably this guy.
Yeah.
I feel like Ryu does not have the natural tools to deal with some of this stuff. Even Tatsu's just, it's possible in mid-range, but it's so predictable.
Yeah, and I would like to see what, the most experienced Ryu in this matchup looks like, because I honestly can't imagine it's that much better. It's one of those things that's just so tough. It's so tough to keep up with a very solid Sonic as a character with such poor stats.
But, I mean, the potential of using Shakunetsu and the red fireball is going to be a make or break. It's why we're here and not on the Ken.
This is true.
It's got to be for a reason. We've got to see the reasoning come out. And there it is, a big, heavy Shoryu to take the stock. Good stuff. And look, he's only at 67%.
I was just about to say, I've been calling attention to how difficult this looks for Jahzz0, but we're still very much in this game. Only around those mid percentages. We're not exactly risking a stock loss at this moment, so 1 or 2 openings with Ryu's damage output, this game could even itself up pretty quickly here.
You say not risking a stock loss, but I mean, I was going to say it might have been Jahzz0, so you never know, a combo could do that, but then Wrath kind of put his own stock on the line there for a second.
Yeah, at the brink of a weird SD there was Wrath, but Jahzz0 not gonna capitalize on it crazy style. Wrath able to put himself back on stage, back on solid ground as we're getting some damage up. Do like that Shakunetsu coming through. It does great work in this matchup.
Ooh, got lucky there. Only got the 1 hit. And that was just enough to focus through and get out relatively scot-free. But just going over the Hadoukens, and it just feels like, Wrath knows how to play the movement game here. You have a lot of options, a lot of versatility with Sonic and Jahzz0. Even your best range options that are supposed to kind of help you against matchups like this aren't really helping.
And I will say, so far in this matchup, the fact that the mobility on Jahzzo's side is so low has obviously played a very big factor, but Jahzzo's kind of been able to plant feet and do a lot of damage whenever Wrath gets close, so it hasn't played as scary of a factor as I thought. All of a sudden, this game could get tied up.
Yeah, with that parry, things got a little scary. I mean, obviously full rage Ryu, you don't want to mess around with that. And Sonic doesn't have the ability to tank these big hits, so Jahzzo is just going to have to wait for his options. And Wrath, I mean, is hitting the shield enough. I'm waiting. Is there going to be a time where we see the parry and then in something else?
Hey, there sure is. The moment you call attention to it. As a nice out of shield to parry again. It's like 3 or 4 in a row from Jahzzo. The timing is coming into handy. The flow state is being found, and Wrath is kind of starting to hold back a little bit more. We're not seeing the same aggression, the same consistency with approaches. Jahzzo's all of a sudden looking a bit more threatening.
Well, yeah, and of course, Wrath knowing that, okay, I still have the lead. I don't need to be making these approaches. You're right, I was going a little crazy there. I needed to back off. I think that might lead to now Jahzzo having to kind of inch forward a little bit more, which could be good. It could work in his favor.
Yep. And one thing I will say, I'm surprised I haven't seen the up air be as effective as I thought it would at dealing with focus attack. Yeah. As we see, like one too many times with Sonic moving so quick, a lot of the times you only get one glancing blow of that up air hitting, but Wrath eventually able to take a stop.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons for that is that we're seeing, I mean, it's obviously a long stage with the 2 platforms on the sides. There's a lot of options for escape for Jahzzo, so he's not really kind of stuck in these vertical combos as much, just because he has some drifting room. He doesn't have the best airspeed, but he can at least get somewhere.
Yeah, and it makes it so that Wrath has to be extremely precise with where he places these up airs if he wants both to connect in the exact same spot on a focus attack.
Yeah, it's a linear option. You are literally committing to a straight line directly up, so yeah, you got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and you don't often want to commit to something, especially not something so directly vertical in a matchup like this, because Wrath is really going to be making his money when Jahzzo is stuck in disadvantage for a long period of time.
Right, and think about the fact that Ryu can also do a little bit of sharking of his own, right? It's like if you are now above Ryu, you don't really want to be there either. You get caught in an up tilt, and then the sky's the limit. You might just lose the stock at 80.
Yeah, you really can't concede that vertical advantage in this matchup. But now with only 20 seconds left, we are not surprised to see the time be a factor in a game like this, but 113% on Wrath, a full stock ahead. This might just be all she wrote for Jahzzo in this first game.
I mean, credit to the players. This is the first time I'm looking at the timer, so it's like, okay, he could have fooled me. But obviously Jahzzo, knowing what's up and realizing, okay, look, I'm just going to save myself 8 seconds.
Yeah. May as well. And at that point, you know, you've kind of gotten all the data you can get out of this game, and the style of play from Wrath for these last 20 seconds are going to be so different from the rest of the game. Yeah. Because, you know, usually Wrath is trying to chip away and do damage throughout the game, but when there's 10 seconds left, you're not going to get any valuable data. Yeah. Because Wrath is just running.
This is advanced camping.
Yes. It definitely is. This is glamping. This isn't no sticks and stones under a teepee.
I don't think
I'm
this is very.
Full RV.
You're in the car.
Yes,
you're just sleeping in your car in
you're
the
hardly
woods.
Camping. The heat's on. You have a full like mini griddle. You're making breakfast. There is nothing hard nosed about this camping.
That's true. But we are going to go to Battlefield for game number 2, bringing in the top platform. This is Jahzzo's choice, which is interesting because I would normally think that against Sonic, I don't know if I'd really want to bring in more verticality into an already incredibly vertical game plan that Wrath 1 wasn't even able to unlock much in that last game and could now, but also kind of limits your potential here as well. We'll have to see how he uses the setup here.
Yeah, I would imagine what Jahzzo is trying to limit here is the ability of Wrath to just totally switch the side of the stage and be out of harm's way. We saw Wrath a lot of the times in that game. The moment Jahzzo would maybe think he's pinned him down on the left side, he would just escape to the right. And Wrath obviously can do that on this stage, but because it's a little bit shorter horizontally, Jahzzo is going to be able to pressure him even after he switches.
And even when you go for the focus attack, there's still, okay, I hit you with my one-hit move. I've still got enough quickness of action to be able to follow it up with much more.
That's why good movement stats are so important in this game. Yeah. Sometimes they allow you to overcome interactions that you should have lost, but you can just move fast enough to come out on top of them. As Jahzzo puts himself in a decent spot here, only 115 or only 21% rather on Jahzz0.
Exactly,
As 115% on Wrath. You could be gone in the blink of an eye. Waits for the roll in. Jahzz0 was right. Just couldn't find a big punish.
I know, and that sucks to have to see like the flash of inspiration and then having to back off. But you know, that's Jahzz0. You know, knowing that it's smarter to play a little bit longer and to preserve your life, especially now when you can then pick up that stock quickly. And only at 70% ish, so we're not in dire straits, right?
Yeah, and we're basically in the exact same situation as we were in the first game, with the difference being the number on that timer.
Yeah.
Because last time in the first game, we had this same kind of stock count percentage difference, but there was already 3.5 minutes left. So, you know, Jahzz0 kind of making quicker work, forcing the issue a little bit, and that is going to be the game plan here. That's what Jahzz0 needs to find success doing, but you need to be able to win the interactions. You have to force the game plan, and then you have to win after forcing the game plan. It's tough.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and then, yeah, it doesn't even want to waste time with that. Sees the focus attack too high and instantly goes out for the forward air. Good stuff from Wrath, but unable to really get the stock here with that just yet. 158. Ryu pretty heavy.
Yeah, great awareness off stage there for Jahzz0 as well. Throwing out the forward air to kind of keep Wrath at bay. Holding on to his stock and living to fight another day with max rage here. Jahzz0 could take the lead at any moment, you know what I'm saying? Sonic is very light. It really does just take that one opening, right, a pretty high percentage. We're chipping away at the damage. Things can get scary.
Ooh, but the call out, very good stuff. Jahzz0 not even getting the chance to potentially use the focus or anything else. Wrath just kind of like laser sights him down in the upper magnifier.
I do like the way Jahzz0 is swinging from off stage. I think off stage in this matchup should be a lot worse than it has been so far for Jahzz0.
Makes sense.
He's played it quite well, swinging at the proper times.
And we're not that far behind, but it's starting to get a little more dicey. 87% is potentially workable for Jahzz0 if you get the right read, but so far we're not getting the chance.
Oh, the homing attack way off stage. It is so often a death trap for Sonics to press that neutral B button off stage, but Wrath waited for the opportunity where there was no way it could have missed. Jahzz0 was in a spot where even if he air dodged to get away from that, he wouldn't have been able to make it all the way back to the stage, and Wrath cleans it up in a much quicker and just as comfortable game 2.
Yeah, I mean, also knowing that he's too far away from the ledge to be able to focus himself back and take that one hit and get back. He's way too far for a potential recovery after that. So yeah, good choice there from Wrath to just seal the deal. And yeah, a little flashy. Like to see it. Definitely. I do. Hey, better than timeout.
We should. Yeah.
Better than timeout, bro.
I think I would agree. And yeah, moving into this, we kind of saw on the smaller stage, you know, Jahzz0 was able to force the pace of play that he would have liked in that game. He was able to speed things up. He was able to force the interactions. He just wasn't able to win them. You know, it's one of those things. Wrath is very, very good at camping and keeping a distance, but you can't just do that. You have to be able to scrap. You have to be able to win fights.
Oh, yeah.
And in that game, even when Jahzz0 was able to force the fights, Wrath was winning them. So that game didn't take quite as long.
That's true. And we are thinking, but we're going to go right back into it. Ryu for the win, potentially.
Yeah, Jahzz0 looked to be seriously considering the Terry there. We've seen the Terry counterpick work against Sonic players before. I recall a Riddles set versus Sonics at a Gamo, I do believe, where Riddles was getting rinsed on the Kazuya and then switched to Terry and was able to bring it all the way back. But
yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like how no. Yeah, that was just unfortunate. But Wrath, you know, maximizing the optimal play that you can have here and completely nullifying Jahzz0's chance of survival there.
Chance of survival is right. There was not a lot of water left in the well, but that 0 to death at the very beginning of Game 3, already up 2-0, might have just sucked the rest of the well dry.
Definitely. But we're back on Battlefield. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see a lot of the strengths of Ryu on this stage in the last game. Jahzz0's going to be hard-pressed to kind of bring them to light here.
Yeah, I do like the pick. I like the stage. You're able to force the pace, but you do just have to win interactions, and you have to win them handedly.
Yeah.
And, you know, Jahzz0's giving himself a chance to do that on this top platform, potentially, but it's not quite working out.
I mean, the evasion from Wrath is still very good. Even when you do get hit, you're still resetting to the platform, getting your shield up in time, and then finding your out. That seems to be the name of the game right now. And Wrath now getting a little too lackadaisical, perhaps, in just kind of floating there menacingly.
Hey, you know what's funny is that Jahzz0 got 0 to death at the very beginning of this game, and we are now in the best game that Jahzz0's had so far. Both times in the first 2 games, Jahzz0 took the first stock, and he was already touching 70%. This time, it's about 10% closer as Jahzz0 was able to get a couple more hits going. And after the worst start of the set so far, Jahzz0 has brought this game to a relatively close spot.
Yeah, and in this matchup, that is a huge win.
Yeah, it's a godsend.
It is definitely helpful. Still, you know, if you're not in the lead, sometimes it doesn't really matter because Sonic will still force you to come to him more often than not.
Yeah, not playing from a distance as much in this game. Wrath kind of pushing the envelope every now and then, but then eventually, after he pushes the envelope one too many times for his comfort, he's going to back up to this corner. Jahzz0 not entirely sure he wants to approach it, right? Just kind of coming in from these platforms, finds an opening. That's big damage, and that's the first Jahzz0 lead that we've seen. It might even be a full stock lead here.
We find another one of those great anti-airs, but Wrath still finds feet back on ground, takes center stage a little bit, but a couple down tilts. Not really the combo starter that you need here. Did force Wrath to ledge, but how quickly Sonic can just get out of that again.
Yeah. I think Jahzz0's taken like 20% in the last minute and a half.
Yep.
He has been so evasive. He's winning these interactions. He's doing great damage control, but an interesting drag down for Wrath puts Jahzz0 in a disgusting spot and takes the stock in unceremonious fashion.
Spent all that time not really being hit, only to be hit with the lightest of touches and then fall to the wayside. Unfortunate, but Jahzz0, again, you know, these setbacks, you're close to the stock here. Cannot give up the ghost.
Back air connects. Jahzz0 was doing so well for such a short amount of time, and all of a sudden, Wrath has been able to totally reverse the tide of things. And yeah, that was a nice catch there, as Jahzz0 does still have a chance here in this game.
Okay, still the patience for finally seeing a little bit more of the Shakunets is almost a desperation move, it seems like, as you're running out of options to kind of wrest back some semblance of an interaction that could benefit you, an advantage state, anything.
So hard to find a scintilla of advantage here. It's so tough. It's so tough. Up in this close quarter combat, that's where Jahzz0 wants to be, but Wrath is just able to disengage from it at the drop of a hat whenever he wants to.
Having to patiently wait out these spins and dashes, and once you're able to find your in, we haven't seen the parries that were giving Jahzz0 the options later. There's just the nair, and that's all it takes. A quick one stock comeback, or really nail in the coffin there from Wrath to defeat Jahzz0 3-0. It felt like it got closer towards the end, but you know, it just comes down to the matchup, and it feels like yet again
it's so tough.
Yeah.
The matchup is so tough.
The rating continues.
I'll tell you what, Sonic doesn't gamble, but he does spin to win. We saw the spinning coming through the whole game, standing in this corner, up and down, up and down, up and down. The moment Jahzz0 kind of presses forward, steps forward just a little bit, I'm on the other side of the stage. Okay. Just so evasive. The movement is so quick, and with Ryu having such poor stats, like you called attention to a few times, how do you keep up, man?
Well, it's tough. I mean, in theory, the projectiles are supposed to be the way for the Shotos to get in. Fortunately, it's just it is just not what it, you know. It's not what it seems to be on the surface. And there's